Good evening, everybody. This is your host, Josh Jackson, and welcome to our first episode of Game Changers. Makai, introduce yourself.
My name is Makai Slaughter. I'm currently a junior at Coppin State University, and I'm a sport management major.
All right, so Game Changers is a podcast we both created, which is going to focus on specifically on sports and what's going on in today's world. We'll be talking about football, basketball, soccer, volleyball, you name it. Anything that we feel like we should discuss that's going on in the sports world, and that would be great to talk about. So for week one, today's topic will be week one of NFL football being back and college football in general. Makai, aren't you excited that football is back?
Man, absolutely. I've been waiting for counting the days to college and NFL to start. Just excited to see it back these last 2 weeks. It's been good football to see recently. So
Great
yeah.
football actually. How do you feel about that Colorado and Nebraska game? You know, with Colorado being a hype team coming into the season, with Nebraska also being a good team, there was a lot of hype around Shador Sanders how he would do against Dylan Raiola, a freshman at Nebraska. How do you feel about that?
Um, I'm not gonna lie. Colorado looked bad, man. I'm not gonna lie. Colorado looks really bad right now. I'm not too surprised. I am, but I'm not. I expected them to be better from last year, but I'm gonna be honest. This team might be worse than last year. The problem with the Colorado right now, like they just don't seem like they have anything other than Shador and Travis. When you're trying to compete with some of these either, I guess, better than not necessarily elite teams, but good teams in college football, you gotta have a good unit around you. And right now, Shador has a horrible O line. Their run game cannot seem to get going. I mean, I'm looking at it right now. Dallin Hayden had 5 carries for 32 yards, but I mean, I guess you can maybe try running the ball a little bit more, but the O line can't really hold up for the most part. Shador is just, I mean, he got sacked 5 times in the first half. Like, that's crazy. Like, 5 times in the first half. This game was over after the first half. The defense just looks awful. Like, they can't stop the run, they can't stop the pass. Dylan Raiola was throwing all over them. Like it was truly a horrible performance by Colorado. Very disappointing to see. And I don't know where Colorado goes from here, quite frankly, because looking at the rest of their schedule, I mean they still haven't even hit Big 12 play yet. They still got other teams to play. I mean Colorado State coming up. Obviously that's going to be close. That's a rivalry game.
Yep.
They
Especially
still
what happened
got
last year
other.
with the game.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And this time it's going to be at Colorado State, so they're going to be ready to play for that one. So Colorado, I'm gonna be quite honest, and I don't think it's too early to say this. I will be shocked. I will be very shocked. Pulling up their schedule right now, based off what I look, at best I see them win more than maybe 5 games. They might win five, and if they're lucky, six.
See,
Like
that's the same thing I
I,
told my brother. Me and my brother was talking, and I was talking to him about. I said I don't think Colorado's win over 5 games for the simple fact that you know how last year they were talking about how they would get a better O line, and I think they got rid of. They put 40 people in the transfer portal, and they went out looking for people for O linemen. You know, you have the freshman, on the offensive line, Jordan Seaton,
see.
who's supposed to help, who's supposed to help should protect Shador, and he did a very good job, but he can't just do it by himself. He's still a freshman. He's
Yeah,
learning. He's adapted to college football and that strength, and it's a different physicality. So I just feel like with him being out there, I feel like he can help, but they have to build around the O line and build around a person such as Jordan Seaton. Because with him, I feel like it's a start, but they have to expand and do more. Like you said, first of all, their defense is terrible. Their defense is absolutely terrible. Like you
it's
have
bad.
you have
It's bad.
you have
It's
first
bad.
of all you have Dylan Raiola just picking apart their defense, throwing through their zones when they're in man. The receivers cannot guard at all. I mean the cornerbacks cannot guard at all. You
It's
have
bad.
their run D is terrible. I think it was the game against what game if I wasn't mistaken against North Dakota State.
Yeah,
Rush their run defense was terrible.
it
Cam
was awful.
Cam
It was
Miller
really
was
bad.
running through their defense. Was running through their defense. He had 16 rushes for 81 yards and 2 touchdowns. I know Colorado won that game, but at the same time, with the defense they were playing, they could have easily lost that game. It was just because of it was primarily because of Shador and how he got the passing game going. Because I'm not gonna lie, North Dakota State defense was also terrible, but
Yeah, I
but
think
their defense was
the thing
better.
was is the thing was Shador and Travis Hunter put on that cape against North Dakota
Oh,
State.
most
Like,
definitely.
and we tried to, and when against Colorado, I even when they played North Dakota State, I try to tell people like, bro, I don't know if Colorado's looking better. I'm still seeing the same old mistakes that they made last year. This was after they won. I was sitting there, I'm like, yeah, they won, but I'm not like I'm still not sold. Like I didn't see the improvement in the jump from last year, and it all hit the fan against Nebraska. Like it was awful. It was truly an awful performance. On both sides of the ball, and then you got Shador calling out the O line and in the interview, post game interview, saying, how many times was Dylan Raiola touched? I understand he was on his back all game. Don't get me wrong, but as a leader, man, you can't do that. Like you just can't. And right now, I don't know where Colorado. I'm looking at their schedule right now. They got Colorado State this week. I think they should win the game. It'll be close though, but I think they should win. That's hoping they win. They got Baylor
Thornton's
coming
gonna
up.
be a problem though. Thornton's gonna be a problem.
Yes, Torrey. Yes.
He's gonna be a problem because last year they had a problem with him.
He is a problem.
He's quick,
that's a first round receiver right there, man.
And that quarterback from North Dakota State, Colorado State he's pretty good.
And Fowler can play. Yeah, he's very good. And they got Baylor coming up. I think they should be Baylor. Baylor's not very good. They got UCF. UCF is looking good. They got a tough running back at R.J. Davis. They got the quarterback transfer from Arkansas, KJ Jefferson. He's nice. Kansas State. I don't think they beat Kansas State. They're not beating Kansas State. They got at Arizona. Yeah, McMillan might put a good 250 on them. They got Cincinnati. I think they lose this. They should beat Cincinnati and Texas Tech, but then they finished the season with Utah, Kansas, and Oklahoma State. Like, I don't see 6 wins. I don't see 6 wins. I know this might be hard for Colorado fans to hear, but I don't see it.
And I think it's good to have faith in your team, but at the same time, you gotta come to a realization. Is like you said, Oklahoma State. What do you think Ollie Gordon, Ollie is gonna do against them? What do you think Ollie Gordon is gonna do against that defense?
He's gonna torch him.
He gonna tear them a new one, a fat new one, a whole new one. He's gonna tear them one. I'm not gonna lie. I like Colorado. I like Deion. I like Shador. I like Travis. I like Shiloh. I love the team. I love watching them because of the hype around them. But you got to think, it gets to a certain point. They can't do them by themselves. Travis cannot play every position on the field.
Yeah, and that's the scary thing, even for Colorado. And this is me kind of showing some foresight. Like, if this is what the roster looks like, what about next year? Because remember, Shador and Travis would not be on the roster next year.
Or Shiloh.
Yeah, or Shiloh. Like, what? If this is the product that's coming out?
Is Jimmy Horn a sophomore or junior?
I think Jimmy Horn's a senior. I think he's either a senior or a junior. But I know he's eligible. I think he's a senior because I think he played 2 years at USF. So, yeah, because he was at USF before he even came over to Colorado. So
Jimmy Horn's a senior. With Jimmy Horn and Travis Hunter gone, that whole wide receiver room is out.
Yeah, I don't know where Colorado goes from this. I'm going to be honest. Like, I love Deion, but I think one or two things might happen if we don't see anything, which I'm going to be honest, I don't see it. I think Deion could leave after this year because, as a coach, you know what you got. Like, you know what you have in your room. We seen it with Jimbo Fisher years ago when he left Florida State. So he could either leave or I would not be surprised if Colorado decides to move in another direction after next year. Not this year, but next year.
I won't say so. But you got to think about it this way. Colorado, they're building something after going 1-10 2 seasons ago.
1-11, yeah.
Oh, 1-11. I'm sorry. 1-11 2 seasons ago. They didn't have a good program, but now Deion got there. He's not only has he elevated the program, but he has also got to a point where he's created a hype around the program. He generated sales. He brought in boosters, his sponsorships, all of that, and not only is he doing that, but he also shows a love for the kids. I know every coach shows the love for the kids, but Deion shows the father. He not only does he shows the coaching side, but he shows the fatherly side as well. He shows the charismatic side. Because did you see the video of him creating funding accounts for all the players that in his program that had kids?
Oh wow, that's awesome.
Yeah, he contacted the local bank, and created funding accounts for all of the players that had kids, and it's basically a trust fund, so it'll grow
Mm.
as the kids get older. And I feel
Oh, I
like
remember seeing something like that. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I feel like that's something I've never heard any coach do before.
Yeah, and I think that's awesome. Like I'm gonna be honest, Deion's doing a lot for those kids and he's done a lot for the program. But the thing is, at the end of the day, when it comes to this college football stuff, man, it's about W and
That's
Ls.
about money.
And yeah, it's about money and W and Ls. And if he's not producing them W's, they're gonna find you up out of there. I mean, like it just is what it is. They don't care how great of a guy you are. I mean, look at the best coaches. Most of them were buttholes to an extent. Urban Meyer was not liked. He literally did not give Cam Newton his national championship ring. He told him, no, you're not getting a ring. Like he told him, like, no, he did not give him his national championship ring when he left Florida. But Urban Meyer is one of the greatest college coaches of all time. He's still well respected because he won. Like he has 3 national championships. You know what I'm saying? He won everywhere he goes. He won at Utah. He won at Florida. He won at Ohio State. He wins. He's a winner. He's a winner. And that's what it comes down to at the end of the day.
Yep.
So I love Deion and I love what he's doing for Colorado and those kids. But man, he's got to start producing wins. And if he don't start producing wins, them boosters in Boulder gonna be real ready to move on and real ready to find another coach that can get in there and get some wins, man.
100%.
For sure.
All right, so next topic is you said you wanted to touch on the Northern Illinois and Notre Dame game. I didn't personally watch the game, but I saw the highlights and I looked at the stats, and for Notre Dame to be to used to be a ranked team, and for them to be a power 5 school and team,
yeah,
losing to Northern Illinois is terrible. It's terrible.
It was bad.
The fact that they lost that is absolutely insane. The fact that it was close. Talk about that because I didn't watch the game.
It was a really bad. I will say this. Now I love Riley Leonard. Like I followed him at Duke. Great quarterback. He played well at Duke. I remember the game against Notre Dame. He balled his butt off when they played Notre Dame last year. Balled his butt off. He ended up hurting himself. Love Riley Leonard. But man, Riley Leonard, he was horrible. Horrible. He was horrible against Northern Illinois. And it was so shocking to see because at Duke, he played well. Like every time, like Riley Leonard is a baller. He's a gamer. But yesterday was horrible. I mean, he was 20 for 32, 163. I mean, you're basically dinking and dunking. 32 pass attempts, only 163. That's pretty bad. And threw 2 picks and no touchdowns. He was just terrible. Didn't really do much on the ground. He's known for, being able to run a little bit. 11 carries, 16 yards, a touchdown. That's about it. He was horrible, man. Riley Leonard's got to be better. I'm going to be honest. I know some people may, want to point out some of Notre Dame's defense. I don't really put too much.
I was just about to say that. Looking at the stats right here.
I don't blame the defense too much.
Their defense was a sugar honey iced tea show.
Who?
Notre Dame.
If I watch the game, I personally, the only reason I don't put too much on them is because when your offense is so inept and can't move the football at all, bro, your defense is basically never getting time to rest. They're never getting a chance to recoup because they're constantly boom, boom, boom. We're back on the field. I mean, I would say they could have been better in the rushing attack. I will admit, I thought they were pretty, especially in that first half. It was real shaky. But second half, they only gave up 3 points in the second half. You can't ask for a defense to be much better in the second half.
Oh yeah.
Riley Leonard was terrible. I thought Jeremiah Love should have got more carries. I mean, 11 carries, 79 yards, 7.2 yards per carry. I thought he ran the ball well. I thought he should have got more touches. They didn't give him the ball enough, and that's your best back. Heck, your backup had 4 carries for 24. Like, they started trying to push the ball down the field, trying to throw the ball. Bro, all you had to do was run the foot. If they ran the football, it'd been over. Like, they wouldn't have lost this game. I think what happens is you get down, and when you get down early, you're like thinking, okay, we gotta catch up. But like, you were running the ball well. I mean, I would like to see the carries more than 28. I would like to see Jeremiah Love get north of close to 20 carries. I mean, you look at the last game, Notre Dame played against Texas A&M. I think Jeremiah Love, if I'm not mistaken, against A&M, I can pull it up here. I think against A&M he had 20-plus carries because he ran the ball really well against A&M, and he had 14. Okay, I'll take it back. He had more carries, but 14 for 91. But what I'm saying is Notre Dame, you're a running football team, and that's what you do. Like, you just got to run the football. But they ran the ball more as a team. They ran it 34 times. against
And
A&M. So
yeah, but to touch more on their defense, not Ethan Hampton, Ontario Brown and their backup had over 15 rushes apiece.
yeah,
Notre Dame, what was going on in Notre Dame's defense? It's not the passing game, but their run D.
yeah, their run D was bad. I will sit here and admit I was, especially the first half. I thought it was better towards the second half because, I mean,
Yeah.
for the most part, they played pretty well in the second half. But the first half, Ontario Brown was running all over him. I ain't gonna lie. In the first half, he was running rampant. Second half was much better. Notre Dame, like the thing is, like Notre Dame, like watching that game, I don't blame too much on the defense. I mean, in college football, 16 points. If you hold a team to 16 points, you should win. Like against Northern Illinois, you should win the game. But this is classic Notre Dame fashion. We do this every year. We rank Notre Dame high, and then next thing you know, they play one of the big dogs and they get absolutely beat by 30, 40 points. Well, in this case, they played somebody they should have beaten and they lose at home, and they paid them $1 million, $1.4 million.
$1.4 million just to go in there and lose.
Then
like,
lose.
How bad is that? You go to your AD and say, let's pay Northern Illinois $1.4 million to play them. You go, y'all play each other and then you lose.
Yeah, it's embarrassing. The person I feel bad, Marcus Freeman. Well, it's gonna be a rough week for him, man.
They try to go in there and make a statement, and they got a statement made towards them.
Yeah, it's bad. I don't know if you saw. Did you see the interview with Northern Illinois coach?
Nah. Oh yeah. He cried. He said they bought in.
Yeah, man. It was great to see.
Yeah.
It was actually great to see, man.
It was great to see.
I'm really happy for Northern Illinois. Like, in all seriousness, happy.
And that was a big win, huge win.
No.
Let's talk about Florida State.
Who?
Florida State.
Yeah, this is pretty.
Let's talk about how. Hold up. I forgot who they play. I watched both games. I forgot who they played.
What was it?
The first game.
Georgia Tech and Boston College.
No, Georgia Tech. Yeah, they played Georgia Tech first game.
Yeah.
DJ.
It's pretty rough, man.
DJ had a good game against Georgia Tech. I can't say that.
What?
It was decent. It wasn't bad.
No.
Against Georgia Tech, it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad.
No.
He went 19 for 27, 193 yards.
No, he was bad.
It was no.
Jordan. Josh.
He was bad against Boston College. That's the team he was bad
against both.
No. Boston College was worse though. I watched that game from beginning to end. He missed open passes. He missed reads. He was just throwing the ball instead of throwing the ball out away. He go throw it into double coverage, triple coverage, with no one there. He just throwing the ball in the air. He's supposed to be considered a high draft pick this year. He's supposed to have a great breakout season this year, and look what he's doing.
Yeah, DJU, not gonna lie, just put the fries in the bag, bro. At the end of the day, me and him, we gonna be working in the same company because he's not playing pro anything with all due respect.
Not at all. And just like Shannon Sharp and Ocho was saying, for the background that FSU comes from, to be a number 10 ranked team and to lose back-to-back games against non-ranked teams, don't get me wrong, Georgia Tech is good, but FSU is a way better team.
They're supposed to beat both of these teams.
Than they
played.
Absolutely. They were supposed to beat Georgia Tech, not by a lot, but by a couple points. But they were supposed to blow Boston College out by miles. They were supposed to go in there, punch them right in the mouth, and show them why they're the number 10 team ranked in the country. Just like I was telling my friend when they had played Georgia Tech. I said FSU plays Boston College next. I said if they lose this game, they're not gonna be ranked no more because going at AP preseason poll, you're number 10 team. You lose the first game, okay, boom. Now it's speculations going around. Is this team really who they say they are? Is this team who they're supposed to be? Week 2, you go in, you lose to Boston College, a team that people thought you was gonna blow out. You know how many parlays they messed up? You know how many No, they messed up my parlay. I swear they did. They messed up my.
Why would you bet on Florida State?
What do you mean why I bet on Florida? It's Florida State.
you're like
DJ, you supposed to go out there. DJ, you supposed to go out there. Ha, ha, and throw it down. He's supposed to make it do what it do. But instead, he didn't. He went out there and it was a complete trash performance. Complete trash performance. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what he has to do to play better. I feel like the coaches need to go back. I feel like he needs to go back, watch film, see what he can do better. And if the coaches need to go in another direction that's going as far as the backup QB. Because 2 games in a row you play bad? Come on now.
And the worst part about Florida State, like DJU, I'm going to give you some pushback on the first game, Josh. DJU was bad the first game. If you, bro, he was throwing his, I remember there was a graphic after the first half. He was like 12 or 14 for 96 yards. But his air travel time, like that means like how far the ball was going in terms of when he threw the football.
Right now.
How far he would throw the football. His average time was -1.
His what?
That means the ball was traveling backwards every time he threw the ball. Like when he threw it, that's basically means he was just dinking and dunking. Like he wasn't pushing the ball down the field at all. So he was just that's it. The whole game. So he was bad. And then the Boston College game, he couldn't hit the ocean. Like there was I remember it was the play they were on the goal line, had 3 shots at it. He missed the receiver every time. Especially the one he missed in the post in the corner was insane. Like he's wide open. I mean, he's gonna break wide open. If he underthrows him, it's a catch. If he underthrows him, he throws it into the first row of the stands. It was so bad. And the worst part about this Florida State thing, like I hear DJU's getting all this,
NFL
slander, and validly so.
Yeah.
The team has been bad too. Let's emphasize the line's been terrible.
God awful.
Awful. They can't catch the ball. That Boston College game, even when DJU did throw an accurate pass, they would drop it. Like I literally don't like it. And the defense has not been better. Like the defense has been pretty bad itself. And the worst part about this whole Florida State thing, they're about to be 0-3. They're not going to beat Memphis this coming up week. Memphis is a very good football team. South Hennigan can really throw that football. He's probably going to be he's actually going to be drafted, unlike DJU. But so yeah, Memphis, they're probably going to be 0-3 after this week. And looking at their schedule, I'm going to be quite frankly with you, unless I see a turnaround, there's a good chance this Florida State team could miss a bowl game. I'm gonna be quite frankly with you.
Not gonna lie.
I look at their schedule. It's possible.
I agree with that. Because like you said, Memphis is a good team, and Cali, California's 2-0 right now, and California
they just beat Auburn.
I know California and Auburn's no team to play with.
Yeah, like I mean,
SEC school like Auburn and their history for Cali to beat Auburn is a huge turnaround.
At Auburn, they went to Jordan Hare. That's not an easy win. I don't care how good Auburn is. That's not an easy win.
And not an easy win at all. They should pat themselves on the back because I know that Stadium Post for all my NCAA players out there, that Stadium Post in the arena, in a stadium like Auburn's, and to play and to adjust and to go in there and fight adversity and beat them is just phenomenal. California, hats off to you. And then they play SMU, and they play SMU, Clemson. Duke and Miami.
They don't beat Clemson.
And then they play North Carolina. And then they play Notre Dame. And then they... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Their next 8 games is going to be hard. They have no easy schedule.
No, not at all. I mean, the only games I think they win.
Charleston Southern.
I think. Yeah, that's the only guaranteed win I would say. I think they beat Florida at the end of the year. Well,
I
don't know. DJ Lagway. Did you see the freshman quarterback for Florida? He looks kind of nice. So we'll see.
You think that could be Florida?
That's a rivalry.
Yes, it's a rivalry game. And if DJU's playing like this against Boston College, what do you think Florida's gonna do to him? Your audio cut out. Your audio cut out. I can't hear you.
Hear me now?
Yeah.
My switch just changed. But yeah, Florida, they could beat Florida. I think Notre Dame, they still don't beat Notre Dame. I ain't gonna lie. Even though Notre Dame looked like that, they're not beating Notre Dame. I think North Carolina, maybe they got that at home. They could beat North Carolina. They're not beating Miami at all. They're gonna get embarrassed. I'm gonna be honest. Miami might 50 ball them. Clemson, I think Clemson might beat them by like 20, 30 points. They look like they started getting something going against Appalachian State after that beat down they took by Georgia.
Yeah.
At Duke, that's not an easy game. Duke's undefeated right now, and they just miraculously beat Northwestern. So Duke's not easy. Like Malik Murphy can throw the football down there. I 6 games.
Hey, but at least I hope
Yeah.
DJU makes a turnaround. I hope the program does better. I hope the football team just does better because their next few games is not going to be hard. But
No.
but enough about college football. Let's get into week 1 of the NFL. Like, aren't you glad the NFL is back? Like, oh my gosh.
Oh my goodness, couldn't wait, man. I've been, I've been so mad. Like I love college football, but man, I love watching my NFL, man. It's great to see it back today, man.
Who's your favorite team?
Got to watch some great football today, huh?
Who's your favorite team?
Oh, Pittsburgh. We got that dub today. We got that dub. Watched the whole game. We got that dub. Did what we needed to do. It was good. I mean, that game was pretty good. I mean, he kicked 6 field goals. We didn't score a touchdown. But hey, Boswell's him. He had 350 yarders that game. Justin Fields looked fine. Like he actually didn't look bad at all. They started opening up the passing towards the end of the game, towards in the second half. It definitely showed Justin Fields is more than capable of pushing the ball down the field. George Pickens will be a top 10 receiver at the end of this year. Mark, book it. George Pickens was cooking AJ Terrell. Oh my gosh. He was cooking AJ Terrell. He really had like over 100 yards, but they called one back, which was so stupid. Like he said he pushed off. He barely touched him, but George Pickens, right now, y'all hear me. George Pickens by the end of this year will be a top 10 receiver.
So
I'm telling you.
So
telling you.
So since you said that, let me ask you this. Before we talk about other football games. Name your top 10 receivers you thinking that's in the NFL right now.
In order or just in general?
In order.
In order?
Yes.
Ooh. Well, I think Jetta's the best right now. I watched CD today, boy. I think it might be CD at number 2. CD's nasty, bro. CD's nasty.
Okay.
I have to pull up a list. Cause I'm not gonna lie, I'm trying to think of everybody off the top of my head. I would probably say Devontae right now is still up there. Is he? Let's talk about it. Devontae,
are we gonna put the GOAT up there?
Who?
Stephon.
Oh, you know
Diggs.
who I'm forgetting? I'm forgetting.
Who?
Tyreek Hill.
Oh yeah,
3.
Tyreek.
Either 3 or 2. If you want to put Tyreek Hill 1, I'm not going to sit here and
I will put Tyreek Hill. I'll put Tyreek Hill like 1 interchangeable between 1 and 2. Because Jetta is good.
Yeah, all right. I brought up the receiver. So I got my number 1 is Jetta. I got Jetta. I'll probably go Tyreek 2, CD 3. I'm gonna go AJ Brown 4. I like AJ.
Oh my gosh, AJ Brown.
Yeah, I like AJ.
AJ Brown was
5.
The Eagles versus AJ Brown did his thing, bro.
Yeah, he's. This might be a hot take. I'm gonna drop him a little bit lower. But in my opinion, I think Cooper Kupp's still a top 10 receiver.
I was gonna say that Cooper Kupp today was good.
Yeah,
and Puka Nacua, before he got hurt,
yeah,
he was doing good.
Puka's elite. Oh, he got hurt.
Yeah, he got hurt.
In this game,
he got Carter off the field.
Oh my gosh! Because I was watching that. I was just watching. I have it on right now. I didn't realize. Yo, yeah, they might be. Hey, I'm not gonna lie. For all fantasy owners who got it's going to overtime. For all fantasy owners that got what's it called? Cooper Kupp. He about to go crazy. He's about to go crazy. But what's that? So at 6, I think Brandon Ayuk's overrated. That's just my opinion.
Whoa.
Yeah, I don't think Ayuk.
You think Brandon Ayuk is overrated? And why do you think that?
Like he's good. Like he's very good. Like I'm not gonna make it seem like he's not. I just don't think he has the pop that other receivers do. I don't think he's like the route runner of a CD, Jamar Chase.
He's not a route runner. He's a deep threat.
I mean, yeah, he's a great deep threat. Well, I mean, most deep threats are pretty solid route runners.
He's a deep threat, and he's also someone you can pass to within 5 to 25 yards.
But I think other receivers just do that. Like I think Tyreek does that better. I think
when you're the fastest in the league, of course.
I mean, there's other receivers I think do that better. I think CD does that better. I think Devontae Smith does that better. I think Devontae Smith. I think he's a top 10 receiver. I'm taking Devontae Smith over Brandon Ayuk. That's just me. Look, that's just me. I maybe that's a little bit of a hot take, and that's fine. I like Smith. I really do. I think Smith. If Smith had the ability to be the number 1 receiver, he'd be just fine. The only thing is he doesn't get to show it because he has AJ Brown right next to him, so it's kind of hard for him to really show how good he is.
There's no way no. Time out. There's no way you just said, because first of all, you could compare AJ Brown and Brandon Ayuk, just play style, and play style, body frame, physicality, and speed. They play kind of similar, right or wrong.
Sure.
Okay, so if Devontae Smith is like a Xavier Worthy.
What?
But okay, listen.
No.
Listen.
No. Don't you disrespect Devontae Smith like that. Xavier Worthy.
Listen, I'm talking about. Okay, no. I'm sorry.
He has way better hands. Look, he has way better hands. He's a way better route runner. He's just way better in general. Besides speed. No,
but I mean, like, Smith, as far I'm talking about like body frame wise, both skinny but agile.
Oh yeah.
I mean that.
Frame, sure.
I don't mean play style.
No,
they're both skinny and agile. So I look at Devontae Smith, good wide receiver too. Great, like that whole wide receiver room is good. But Brandon Ayuk he's better than Debo to me. I think he's better than Debo.
I'm not mad at that. Yeah.
Debo,
I mean, you can say that.
Debo. I feel like Debo should be. I feel like Debo is a good. Is it like he's interchangeable between the running back and wide receiver with Christian McCaffrey in the back with him. Well, that's good.
Yeah.
But Brandon Ayuk, I feel like is wide receiver 1 to me. So I feel like Brandon Ayuk late in game, I will trust him more than Devontae Smith.
I mean, that's like I'm not gonna sit here and act like it's not close. Like I'm not gonna do that. I just personally I don't think Brandon Ayuk's better than Amon-Ra. Like I don't think he's better than Amon-Ra. I just don't. I don't think he's. I mean, I don't think he's better than Garrett Wilson. Garrett Wilson is very good. I just don't think he's had. We'll see this year. Now, if Garrett Wilson don't take that step, I believe he can take. Finally, he has a quarterback play. Then we'll come and discuss. But I think Garrett Wilson can be a top 10 receiver. With quarterback play, I truly believe that. Michael Pittman, he ain't had the best game today, but Michael Pittman can really play.
Oh, yeah,
like, he can really play. Yeah, so and I need him to do better for my fantasy because 7 points ain't cutting it. Yeah. So yeah, I mean. I'm not gonna make it seem like Ayuk is a bad player or anything, or not in these conversations. But I personally I'm gonna be honest. After this season, look, George Pickens will be better than Brandon Ayuk. And I know my Steelers bias is showing. I understand, but please, when y'all get a chance, just watch George Pickens play. Just watch him. He's torching AJ Terrell. Like he was torching him. He was torching him. Terrell could not guard him. We all will sit here and say AJ Terrell's a top 10 corner. He's one of the better corners in the NFL. One of the best corners in the NFL.
Yeah.
He was torching him. Like, somebody go back, watch the film. Like, he's torching him. And the Steelers is not like they have this plethora of receivers that they have this one to go to. No, like, most of the coverage has to be rolled to George Pickens' way because they don't really have – Deontay Johnson is gone.
Yeah.
So they don't really
Deontay Johnson's on the Colts, right? No.
Carolina.
Yeah, Carolina.
Yeah, we'll have to discuss them another day. Because goodness gracious, Carolina. After today, it was pretty bad. They got 40
I'm about
piece.
to say because Steelers
But
don't really have a wide receiver room. They're like their offense
no,
is plain basically. Their offense is
yeah,
real
like
plain.
so,
It's simple. Like
yeah.
like
So they, I
like you
mean,
said, they had all field goals as their points. Come on now.
yeah, they did. But I will say this: the Steelers, if you like, the Steelers offensively will be fine. I think, please, for the love of God, please keep Justin Fields in. I don't want to see Russell Wilson. But Justin Fields looks fine. He showed the ability to push the ball down the field. As long as like people don't realize the Steelers, they don't have to be great offensively. Like they just don't have to be. As long as they are around 24, 25 points a game, I'd like to see it up to 24, 25 points a game. They're going to be in most games. Their defense is elite. Like Pittsburgh has one of the best defenses in the NFL. TJ Watt, he had 2 strip sacks that got called back. Like, and he ended up getting another fumble later on in the game. Like, TJ Watt is a game wrecker.
Yes.
Alex Highsmith is elite off the other end. You still have Dante Jackson was great today. Dropped the pick, but he ended up getting it back. Got another pick earlier in the game. Like they're back in. I didn't even mention Mika, who's a top 5 safety in the league. Peyton Wilson's a very good inside linebacker for them. Like the Pittsburgh Steelers don't have to score a lot of points. Like as long as their offense doesn't make mistakes.
I mean, when they start playing
Or when they need
bigger
to,
and better
it'll be
teams, they're gonna have to start scoring, putting some points on the board. That's not field goals, because
absolutely
heavy hitters,
I agree.
heavy hitters like the Chiefs,
Yeah.
heavy
Yeah.
hitters like the Ravens,
Yeah. Well, I mean, the
Bills.
thing about the Ravens is typically but the thing is, people don't realize about the Ravens do not score well against Pittsburgh. Like every time Lamar plays them, he does not score many
Does
points.
not do well at all.
So if it's a slugfest, I like Pittsburgh. Like I just do. Like Pittsburgh, that's the style they want. They want to beat you up physically. They want to obviously go down and put points on the board, but like they don't have to score 30, 35 points. Like the Chiefs do that because they kind of like I'm not saying I'm not saying they aren't able to, but like they kind of they had to. I would say now defensively they're much better,
Yeah.
but the Bills have to. Like the Bills are not with this new team. No, they're not going to be able to win 20 to 17 games quite frequently or 17-14s. Like the Bills are going to have a lot of high scoring games. That's why Josh Allen. There's a good chance he'll be in the MVP race because like he's gonna.
He was
have
in
to
MVP
literally do everything.
last year.
Yeah, but
Right-
I think he could
right after
arguably
Lamar.
win it this year because, like, if they win 12 games,
With
they're gonna look at this roster
With
and
the-
they
exactly.
like Josh Allen won 12 games with this, they're gonna give it to him.
Exactly.
So Josh Allen is, and he's great in his own right. So,
And just-
yeah. So if I'm Pittsburgh, definitely would be very, very, very positive based on what I've seen. We won a game, didn't score a touchdown.
And 2 more topics before we wrap up. One of them is speaking on Lamar. How do you feel like his play was against the Chiefs? Because I feel like from the matchup they had last year for the game to go to the Super Bowl, I feel like he played way better. I feel like he played better. I feel like a couple passes, a couple plays he missed, but I feel like he played way better because last year he wasn't trying to run. He had a lot of passing attempts last year. And did not play his game. I feel like this game, he looked at the film, saw what he needed to do, and adjusted. He saw a game plan and executed it. Like he had more rushes. He was accurate on passing attempts. What else? And yeah, he played good, but it wasn't enough for the GOAT Patrick Mahomes. Like he went 26 for 41, 273 yards, and he rushed for.
I think he ran over 100 yards. If I'm not mistaken.
He rushed for 102 yards with 16 carries. As a quarterback, 26 for 41, 63%, 1 touchdown, 16 rushes for 122 yards is great.
Yeah, he played fine. I don't think he played bad at all. I think now I will say the 2 throws at the end of the game.
Oh, the one he missed
Zay Flowers was
Zay
one,
Flowers in the middle of the field.
He missed Likely in the back.
No, but listen, yeah, he did miss Isaiah Likely.
missed
But
that
listen,
one.
it was on Instagram. They tweeted because they posted that Lamar Jackson went back and forth with one of his fans because one of the fans said, "Come on now, we should have won blah 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 this and that," and he explained, he broke down play by play what happened, and he said Zay Flowers ran the wrong play.
Wrong route.
Yeah,
I know. He expected Zay Flowers to sit. I'm kind of aware. I knew that because even when Zay Flowers ran across, like typically most receivers, he's supposed to, because most routes aren't that long. Like they're not going to be, especially in the back of the end, they're not going to be that long. Zay Flowers is supposed to sit in that spot because it's open, and he's supposed to sit there and let Lamar throw it. Zay Flowers, I thought that mistake was on Zay Flowers. Now the one I'm referring to is the one on first down. That was Lamar's fault. If you watch that play on Isaiah Likely, the one when Isaiah Likely got hurt, that throw is open.
It was.
Lamar threw it to his back, like, so he had to reach back like this. But if he throws that where it needs to be thrown, that's a touchdown. Like, that's a touchdown.
People were saying if he was 2 sides down, it would have been a touchdown. but at the end of the day, bro, that was a good pass. But it took too long to happen. Like they had multiple instances before, like I said, the Zay Flowers play. It was multiple plays he could have ran for more. He could have created more of a better chance for them to win.
Yeah. I thought Lamar played fine. I thought the running game was okay for the most part. I didn't see any. Like, I'm gonna be honest. I just think the Chiefs are a better team. like that's what it is, man.
And a lot of people was down the Chiefs' defense, but I feel like their defense was fine.
They were. I thought they were good.
I'm not gonna lie. I was down their defense too, but it was great. They played. That D-line was holding up.
They play special when they need to. Chris Jones was just a dog.
Oh my gosh,
all game long.
He's a dog.
Chris Jones was very good. Chris Jones, one of the best D tackles in the league.
100%.
He did what he needed to do. Isaiah Likely was great to see, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Mark Andrews will probably not ever touch the field again as a starting tight end for the Baltimore Ravens.
Let's put some respect on Mark Andrews' name. He's still a great tight end.
Yeah, he's a great tight end playing left tackle because right now he's not playing anymore.
I'm not gonna lie.
I'm sorry. It sucks to see. He's that's Likely's job.
I wouldn't be surprised if like you said, but if Isaiah Likely gets more playing time, which he is, if he keeps this up and doing what he's doing, I wouldn't be surprised if Ravens trade Mark Andrews because Isaiah.
I said that. I literally said that.
Isaiah Likely is younger. Mark Andrews is getting older. Isaiah Likely is the new and upcoming tight end that they need to get where they want to go. He's more agile. He's faster. And to be quite frank with you, I feel like he's a better tight end at the where he is now in his career than when Mark Andrews was, and then he has potential to do better.
Wait.
Yes, you heard me.
Hold on. Time out. Mr. Official, you just said Isaiah Likely has a chance to be better than not Mark Andrews now.
No.
Mark Andrews pre-injury?
No,
we talking about Mark Andrews now.
Yes, Mark Andrews now. He has a chance to be better.
Or pre-injury Mark Andrews.
I'm talking about better in his career.
Better than Mark Andrews in his career?
Bro, yes. Anybody has the potential to be great. Isaiah Likely is a great tight end. And he has room to do better. Way better.
Josh,
and for how young he is, isn't his second year in the league, third?
Do you know how good Mark Andrews? Hold on. I think you're sad. Like, do you realize Mark Andrews had a year? Let me pull it up for you. Mark Andrews had a year. He had a 1,300 receiving season. Do you know how many tight ends have done that in NFL history? I don't think anybody outside of like Travis Kelce has done that. Like, I'm being genuine. I don't even think Tony Gonzalez has ever had that.
Let's be real. When you're
in a season.
How long has Mark Andrews been on the Ravens?
probably like one, two. Because I remember in Oklahoma, three, 4, 5, 6. This is year 7.
And who he played with before?
He's been with the Ravens all year of his
Okay,
career.
so Joe
Yeah,
Flacco.
Tony
What
Gonzalez never had that.
he was there with Joe Flacco, right?
Gronk, I don't even think so. That. Yeah, I believe so.
Okay, so think
Like I
about it
think he
this
was a
way.
rookie. Well, yeah, his rookie year, he was a rookie.
Think about it this way. The Ravens really never had a good wide receiver core, right or wrong. It was never elite. It's been okay, good, but it's never been elite, right or wrong.
They still suck, in my opinion. But go ahead. Yeah, I agree.
Okay, so you're right. It's decent. So just like Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelsey, that connection you build with your tight end, a tight end like another receiver, just a bigger, better version, not just a bigger version, not better, just a bigger version. So you create that
Okay.
that camaraderie with the tight end, you're going to receive the ball a lot, right or wrong.
Yeah,
You
but
become
like you realize
dependable,
Mark
right?
Fair.
Okay, so with Isaiah Likely doing what he did, and I'm saying he could become a dependable target for for Lamar Jackson if his receivers are getting it done, which means it creates more opportunity for him to do bigger and better things.
So you expect him to basically. So this is basically what you're saying. In these next 7 years, he'll make an All Pro, first team All Pro,
I feel like he has the
and and remember, Mark Andrews was considered a top 5, top 3 tight end. If like for some years, I mean, there was one year he definitely was top 2. He definitely was second. Like after that year, he had 1,300 yards. He definitely was behind Travis Kelsey. So we're saying for at least roughly 5 years, he'll be a top 3 to 5 tight end in the
I
league.
feel
So that's
like
basically what you're
I'm not
expecting.
saying that. I feel like he has the tools necessary to do anything that he puts himself out to do. I feel like he has everything he needs to do it. He just has to go out there and prove it.
We'll see, man. I personally I don't see it with him. Like I think he'll be a good tight end. Like he's very good. He's very, very good. He's very good. I mean, what I saw, I think he's worthy as a starting spot. I think he should start the rest of the season. He adds them more dynamic to the Ravens offense because Mark Andrews is slow as molasses. It's just the injury, man. I just don't think he'll be the same again, unfortunately. But yeah, I don't know if I could go and say he'll be as good as Mark Andrews this past year
That's
or
fair.
for
That's
his
fair. That's
career.
fair.
Like I don't
But
know if I could go that far.
that's fair. But
But he
in
will be a
conclusion,
solid
how do you
starter.
feel
Go ahead.
about week one of NFL football? And what do you look forward
I
to?
think I was. Oh, you like that? What you say?
I said, how do you feel?
Say that
I
again.
said, I said, in conclusion, what do you feel like, as we're coming to a wrap? How do you feel week one of NFL football was, and what do you look forward to?
It was good, man. Great week one. Some good games. The what was it? The Bears game was very good. Seeing Caleb get a win, even though he didn't really do anything at all. Um, at all.
We're
But
touching that more next week when
yeah.
he
So
when he plays the second game because it's
yeah,
just the first game, just first game.
yeah. It's just first game. I could have did what he did. Yeah, so it was a good first week. My Steelers won. The Bills looked shaky at first, but they got it together. It was good to see them win. Marvin Harrison, yikes! I know somebody in my league. They drafted Marvin Harrison in the 4th round. So yeah, that's tough. But yeah. So it was good to see a good games. This Detroit game just went off. Detroit just knocked off the Rams as expected. And then Monday night we got the Aaron Rodgers. I'm excited to see him play, man. I'm an Aaron Rodgers fan. I loved Aaron Rodgers, one of my favorite quarterbacks growing up. Can't wait to see that game tomorrow night. But I thought it was a good first week of football. Great first week of football, especially starting with the Chiefs and Ravens, and then the Packers Eagles was a great games.
Yes,
Hopefully Jordan Love gets a speedy recovery. But yeah, hopefully we get ended out with Monday be some good football. Good football.
week one of football. I feel like I feel like this is gonna be an exciting season. You know, with the rookies, with a little shakeups between teams as far as trades and stuff like that. With Stephon Diggs being on the Texans, that creates a whole exciting new Texans team.
Oh, I forgot about that. Sorry to cut you off. Texans looked amazing, by the way.
Texans look
Looked
great. You got Tank
today.
Dell, Damian Pierce, Joe
Yeah.
Mixon. Joe Mixon tearing them up. CJ Stroud looking better than last year.
Yes.
Texans were good last year,
Yes.
but now they got Joe Mixon and you got Stephon Diggs that adds way more depth to the team. You got the
It's
Bills.
a dark horse. That's a dark horse Super Bowl team. Right
Yeah, you got the Bills that played Miami Thursday Night Football. That's also gonna be a good game. I would love to see how the Bills do without Stephon Diggs against a team like Miami. That's a division matchup right there. But in all, I feel like this year is gonna be great.
Yeah. I mean, hey, hopefully we get a good. I mean, last year was an awesome year of football. Hopefully this year, I know we got some good matchups coming up this upcoming week. I think somebody big time plays in the NFL. Like I know there's some big time matchup in the NFL, if I'm not mistaken. Let me pull up real quick before we go. Looking at week 2. Okay, yeah, Buffalo, Miami. We got that Thursday night.
Yeah.
So yeah, that should be a very, 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 very interesting game. Packers, Colts. We'll see with Jordan Love being hurt how Malik Willis looks. Probably gonna be abysmal. And then we got the Bengals, Chiefs. Oh, before we go, the Bengals. Goodness gracious, that was an awful performance. Joe Burrow. Count your days. That's all I'm gonna say. Count your days. You're on my fantasy team.
Yeah, I was gonna
Count your
say
days.
I saw that game and I
Count your
wanted to
days.
touch more on that, but I was gonna talk about that later because Jamar Chase was
Yeah.
pretty frustrated.
He was horrible. He was horrible in his own. Well, he was bad. But Joe Burrow, count your days.
Yeah.
9 fantasy points. That's unacceptable. Especially when I had Tua give me 22 on the bench. I got beat by 40 this week, but still, count your days, Joe Burrow. Count your days.
But like I said, that's a wrap. Appreciate you, Makai, for joining me today.
Hey man, thanks for having me, man.
No problem.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you everybody for watching Game Changers, featuring me and featuring your host Josh and your co-host Makai. Next week we're gonna talk more about week 2 of the NFL, more college games, and hopefully we have somebody on our podcast to talk more about what's going on in the sports world. I see y'all and appreciate y'all for tuning in. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. We out.